this story is a little bit hard to read and a bit tough to answer, right? Let me ask you this. So whenever you give a birth to a daughter, the person that give the birth is called the mother, right? And the mother responsibility is raise the child, feed the child, make sure the child is okay. But the mother decided that it's not her responsibility and decided want to go to work and go to school. So the daughter is be um decide to give it up to the grandma. So the grandma took care of the daughter for the granddaughter for 16 years. And one day out of the blue, the mother, biological mother, decided to come to grandma and said that I need to take my daughter back because I'm gonna raise her right now because I'm in a really good spot. Who is the mother at this point? The one that never, the true biological mother that really never was in her life, the child's life, or the grandma that took care of every single thing from the minute the little baby was born to when she was 16 years old, and the family is kind of torn apart. All right, that is the story that I'm gonna read today, and hope you guys like give some context, and you guys at the end decide who is the true mother in this story. Right? So, context: I, a 55-year-old female, have been raising my daughters, Sarah's 34-year-old female, right, child for past 16 years. Emma is a 16-year-old female, is an amazing young woman who has made me incredibly proud. For some background info, Sarah got pregnant at the beginning of her freshman year of college at age 18. She decided to keep the baby. She was still living at home, so of course I helped her. My daughter wasn't really a present mother. She, despite my urging her to take time off, went back to school a week after giving birth and went back to work a week after that. She pumped so I could bottle feed the formula to Emma immediately after birth. Sarah wouldn't get out in the night to take care of Emma because she needed her sleep, so I did all the night feeding and changing. Emma was left home with me while Sarah went to school and work and attended everything I needed to attend. Sarah would be come home and care for Emma for an hour or two, then go to bed. So the story sounds like the grandma is really, like I told you, taking care of everything. Like, a newborn baby will wake up every 2 hours in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Basically, you're not getting any sleep. But the grandma never really complained because it's her granddaughter and she love it because the husband already passed away, right? So the grandma just living by herself and wanted something to do, and the granddaughter was the perfect time to kind of help her feel loved, right? When Emma was 2, Sarah and her boyfriend got a small apartment closer to campus, and I assumed that my time raising Emma was over. Sarah was putting Emma in daycare for about 3 weeks before she asked to just leave Emma with me during the weekday and take her on the weekends. So until Emma was 6, she spent Monday through Thursday with me and spent the weekends with Sarah and her dad, who was in and out of the picture. So daycares can get really, really expensive. 1 week can cost $400 to $500. That could literally be the half of your paycheck. So whenever you have kids, whenever I have kids, I really plan to just move closer to family because grandparents taking care of the grandchildren is big, big help because it can literally cost $2,000 a month. It depends on what kind of daycare you get, like what kind of quality you get. Like a decent one could cost $1,500 a month. So that's why they decided to give it back to the grandma. When Emma was 6, Sarah moved back into my house and took a slightly more present role, but it was obviously she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't care to follow the routine Emma had set years before and couldn't understand why Emma was struggling. She knew very little about Emma's like and dislike. Em didn't have much knowledge about raising children to begin with. Within a few months, she started making nearly as much of an effort and took back over as the main caregiver for Emma. So as you can see, Emma, the biological mother have no sense of what Emma likes and dislikes. What she might not even like the food, or she have a nightly routine, and Sarah just have no idea what's going on. So What you like, you do have the title of a biological mother, but you didn't live up to that expectation to take care of the child, right? So that's kind of how I feel. When Emma was eight, Sarah. When Emma was when Emma was 13, my daughter got a job with a 9 to 5 schedule and started picking her up after sports and activities to spend the evening and having Emma come over on weekends. A year ago, my daughter moved into a house that is in the neighborhood of a very prestigious private school for girls. Emma is now 16 and has gone to the same school since kindergarten and has started her junior year. Last week, during a family dinner at my house, my daughter announced to the family, myself, Emma, Sarah, my three sons, my daughter-in-laws, my other grandkids, that she was grateful for the help I giving her with Emma, but since she was doing so good, it was time to take her back. Emma will be going to live with her full time. She be enrolling her in private school, and it was all possible thanks to me. I asked if I could speak to her privately, and she said no. So at the table, I told her that it wasn't a good idea and that it wasn't going to be good for Emma. She loved her whole life with me. She taking her away would be damaging. Sarah said I have no right to tell her what's best for Emma since she is her mother. I told her that being a mother doesn't mean she raised her daughter, what I know what is best for Emma. So that is the story that kind of torn everybody apart, right? Sarah was never in the picture the whole time Emma was growing up, and the grandma loved Emma so much, like taking care of her ever since she was a little baby, and now the biological mother want to take her back. But the important piece in the thing is that Emma does not want to go back to her biological mother. She want to stay with grandma, right? That's the whole kind of the important piece. So I think it's a you should let the child decide who she want to stay with. Leave in the comment section below who should she stay with. Stay with the grandma or the mother. Thanks for watching. My name is Calvin, and I see you guys next one.